No. Oh, yeah, right. I almost forgot. I guarantee you I'm putting that in.
You are. Ready when it's hot and live whenever you're ready. But there's no rush, they're warming up. I don't think we have any viewers right now. People are enjoying their coffee.
Right.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Taylor Sportsplex once again here in Metro Detroit. About 7 miles from our hotel near the airport. Beautiful rink, glass all the way around, so good viewing from anywhere in here. We're about just under 3 minutes from puck drop. It'll be a matchup between your Colorado Rampage and the Cleveland Barons. Cleveland in all red helmets, red sweaters. Rampage wearing their whites today. Only one game today. It'll be the game right now, 10:15. We're getting a little bit of a late start. And then one game tomorrow. Plan today is to, all the boys will be attending the USHL Tier 1 seminar right after this game here at the Sportsplex. And then quick lunch, and then a whole bunch of the boys and parents are going to hit the Henry Ford Museum. Something several of the kids have already done in the past when they've been here, and a bunch of others have not, so everybody's looking forward to that this afternoon. Another cold morning here in Detroit. Somewhat of a sun trying to peek through mostly overcast clouds, and no wind today, which is probably the best part. It feels 30 degrees warmer, even though it's probably about 28 degrees outside. Austin Kennedy will get the start in the net today. Jed will get the start tomorrow. The only scratch we know of is Grimberg. Although he may be out there actually warming up today, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Did not play yesterday. Taking a look to see if I can spot him in the warm-ups. Great time last night. All the boys, most of the parents, ended up going for Thai food very close to the hotel. A freezing walk to and from with the wind still howling, but great food, great camaraderie, and fun times for everybody. Little college football afterwards back in the hotel. All right, we're winding down now, about 15 seconds. Pucks are being picked up. Cleveland Barons look average in size. Not seeing a lot of, I see maybe one or two that are especially tall.
I looked up and I thought maybe we're playing Okanagan, but I guess not.
No, it does look similar.
It's a lot of red.
It's a little bit too dark for Okanagan, but yeah, it's similar. Or even Littleton.
Yeah.
So again, we welcome you, those of you just joining. I know it's early there in Colorado. Heard it was beautiful yesterday, warm, breezy, upper 60s.
Oh, wow, that sounds nice, doesn't it?
Sounds about 40 degrees warmer than it was here. Pucks are off the rink. We've got a 3-man referee system like we usually do. We're at the same rink we were in last night, so we've got the benches right below us, about 25 feet away from both of the coaches. We'll play 3 17-minute periods. All penalties will be 2 minutes, the minors. So far in 2 games, Rampage has yet to be on the power play, if you can believe that. It's hard to imagine you can play 2 hockey games and not have a single penalty against another team, but it's happened. Okay, getting ready to get underway here. It's going to be Helen, Marsh, Tews. Schroeds will take the face-off, it looks like. And Kopecky. They go over and tap Kennedy. Barron's still at their bench, not out at center ice yet. Rampage is raring to go. Getting a slightly late start this morning. About 7 minutes past puck drop. Kopecky and Tews will be your defenders to start. Kopecky on the right. Marsh on right wing. Schroeds will take the face-off. Helen playing wing this morning on the left side. All right, here we go. Period 1, Taylor Sports Park. Puck drop. Goes along the red line. Helen hits it right away out of the box. Here come the Barons with it. They try to come on side. They do. Puck into the corner to Kennedy's right. Now a soft floater doesn't make it to the net. Held in by the Barons at the blue line. They dump it into the corner. It's taken around behind the net by Rampage. Now Kopecky up the boards to Helen. Helen tries to get it out. No wing there. First shot goes off of Kennedy's right pad from the blue line. There's your first shot. It comes at 16:30 in the first period. Your shots this morning brought to you by Jack Daniels.
Chipped back, but nobody was there.
Casa comes off the bench. Big line change now. Kopecky off. Puck behind the Barons' net into the corner. Now they're going to try to break it out. Good pass up into the neutral zone. Sanborn tips it away for a second. Now Sanborn comes on side. He's got 2 men to beat. Throws a soft rolling puck. Rebounds off the goaltender for the Barons. Sanborn went in to try to poke it in, but the goaltender laid on it. And we have our first stoppage of the game at 15:56. Faceoff will stay in the Baron zone. The left of their goaltender. Spencer will take the faceoff this time. He will have Casa on his right and Soper on his left. Defenders are Jord and Sanborn. Barons chip it up into the neutral zone. Now here they come the other way. Puck goes down. Kennedy paddles it aside into the corner. Barons maintain possession. Top of the circle. Now up to the blue line. Shot blocked in front by Jord. Cooper got the block. Now the Barons. Try to toe drag through the face-off circle. It's taken away in the corner by Cooper. Now the Barons, they're walking in. Nobody picks him up. Now they do. They knock the puck away. He was lining up for a shot. That was a good defensive play by Rampage. Here comes Soper the other way. Soper's got one man to beat. Poked away by the defender into the corner. Cooper goes in and hits his man. Soper comes out with the puck. Soper bangs it back off the boards for Casa. Casa trying to avoid the referee. Throws it out in front, goes across for Frazier. Frazier shot through traffic. Off the left pad of the goaltender for the Barons into the corner. Good pressure, another shot, point blank from Soper. Goes off the goaltender into the corner, chased down there by Casa and Soper. Loose puck, Barons were looking to take off with it, they can't. They're going to regroup with a line change. So does Rampage. Puck goes behind Kennedy. Now back the other way. Barons have it out in front. Tried a one-timer. Fortunately for us, it was missed. And they regroup back in their own zone. Chased down by Marsh. Good pressure. Now Schroeder. Tipped, not by a high stick, says the linesman. Dish back across the middle and out of the zone into the neutral. Picked up by Helen. Helen goes forward. Trying to hit Schroeder. Schroeder had it. Now Schroeder tries to get it back, and it's poked away by one of the defenders for Cleveland. Green tries to hold it in, but it chips off of his stick back into the neutral zone. Now Frazier regroups into the Rampage zone. Backhanded up to center ice. Now down the boards for Frazier. Frazier, top of the circle. Frazier pulls up. Frazier, little toe drag into the corner. Back behind the net, loses the puck. Needed to move that puck a little quicker there. Now pinned along the boards, Rampage has it. Shot! Frazier takes the shot from the point. Now a loose puck picked up by Frazier in the neutral zone. Not a lot on that shot by Frazier. He just kind of flicked it at the net. Easy save for the goaltender. Dump deep. Green comes off. Marsh comes off. Frazier comes off. York on. Kopecky on. Two's on. Puck stays in the zone. Nice keep there by Kopecky. And the puck back into the neutral zone. Rampage will need to tag up. Walnuts is on. Walnut loses the puck back into the Rampage zone. Near Coach Cole, he wants a wheel. Now Spencer has it. Spencer across the blue line. Rampage tries to hold it, and it goes by Two's stick. And Kopecky will chase it down the near boards. Kopecky skates inside the Rampage zone, switches direction. Looks for the outlet pass. He's got it over here. York is there. Finally, he throws it forward. Picked off by one of the Barons. Now the Barons try to come in. They're offside there, but no call. Shot! Save Kennedy. Hard shot. Off the chest, down on the ground. He smothered it. 12:23 left. 0-0 here from Taylor Sportsplex. Face-off will stay in the Rampage zone. It'll be to the left of Kennedy. Schroeds will take it. Now he's got Sanborn over on left wing. So coach is mixing things up here this morning quite a bit. Puck face off, won by the Barons, but then fumbled at the blue line. Here comes Helen. Helen's got Marsh. Helen shot. Oh, he went across. He was trying to hit Marsh, and it went right in front of Marsh. Couldn't get a stick on it, or he had a tap in. Now loose. Barons try to bring it out. They do. Rampage gets gummed up. It's a 3-on-1 the other way, but they're offsides, which saves the bacon for now. Boy, that was dangerous. That was a 3-on-1 developing quickly when there was a kind of a collision inside the neutral zone between the Rampage players, and they gummed each other up. Bailed out by the offside. So face off in the neutral zone, just outside of the Rampage zone. It's taken by Schroeder. Can't win it. Barons have it. They fire it deep. Kennedy leaves it behind the net. Now he plays it up the boards. He's trying to get an outlet pass. It comes across. Goes under the stick of a Baron who was waiting to try and snap a shot off. Fired around by Cooper. Now some speed. Oh, there was a chance for Marsh. If Marsh could have jumped on that, he was gone. He had some speed. Good play by the Baron center. Then offsides as he throws it into the Rampage zone. Faceoff will go to center ice where the pass originated. Spencer will take the face-off. He's got Casa on his right. Defenders are Frazier and Green. Puck through the neutral zone. Frazier has it again. Frazier's been busy this morning already. Now Greener tries to sauce it across for Casa. Casa whacks it into the zone, wide of the goaltender. Soper chases it down. Now the Barons are going to try to break it out. Held in at the line. Now loose. Bats off of one of the Barons. Here they come. A 2-on-1 shot. Save. Loose puck. Kennedy. Loose puck out in front. That was a hard shot. Rampage have a 3-on-3 the other way. Casa brings it in. A slow developing play for the boys in white and blue. Casa behind the net tries to find Soper in front. Rubbed off by one of the Barons. Now held in at the blue line. Good job by Rampage holding it in. That's Spencer. Spencer and Casa. Casa behind the net. Throws it out in front. Loose shot. Point blank in the crease. Good save by the Baron goaltender. Not a lot of angle there. So good positioning by the Baron goaltender. This should be no icing, and it won't be. The pass went off a Rampage, so it's not a defensive play. Has to go off the Barons in the defensive zone. Onside for the Barons. Tried to take a shot, whiffed on. Now loose in front. Kennedy makes a save and another save. Loose puck in the crease. Rampage clear it out. Behind the net now. Boy, that was scary for a second there. Nobody could find the puck. Fortunately, Kennedy did. Now Rampage coming through the neutral zone, up along the boards. Marsh has it. Marsh beats his man. Marsh puts pressure on. Good defensive play in the zone. Barons take it away, but here comes Helen. Helen throws it in front for Marsh. Now a loose puck for Schroeder. Schroeder can't handle it. Here's Kopecky. Backhands it. In! It's in! Kopecky throws a soft backhand on the net. Hits the post.
It was tipped too.
It may have been tipped and over the goaltender's shoulder, and that puck just waffled in there. It looked like a snail going in, but Kopecky gets the goal at 9:52 in the first period. It's 1-0 Rampage. Good things happen when you throw pucks on the net.
Yeah, it does. Isn't it amazing?
Amazing.
Is that how this game works?
It really
Puck
is.
goes to the net.
It's so funny how if you hit the net, you actually have a chance of scoring. Face-off drawn back by Rampage. Good win by Schroeder. Schroeder's won a lot of face-offs this weekend. Now Schroeder has it, dumps it deep, no icing. He's over the red line, chased down by the Barons in their own zone. Goes underneath the stick. Helen has it. Now it goes under Helen's stick.
There's a groove in there.
There was a groove in there. It went under two players' sticks for opposite teams. Kopecky holds the blue line. Loose puck back behind the Baron net. Now outlet pass through the neutral zone. Kopecky goes in, tries to make a hit. They're onside. Barons bring it into the Rampage zone. Now up to the blue line. Shot through the blue line, deflects in front, may have gone off a 2 skate. Never made it to the net. Now back into the neutral zone. Good pressure from Marsh. I like seeing the pressure that we're putting on in the neutral zone instead of just letting them set up and settle in and find the open man. Both teams will get a change here with the stoppage. 9:01 left, 1-0 Rampage. Face-off will go to center ice. They're going to keep mixing things up here. Soper's going to take the face-off. He's got York on the right. I believe he's got Walnut on the left. Your defenders are Cooper and Sanborn. Puck goes deep. It'll be an icing against Rampage. They didn't quite make the red line. They were close. Maybe a step short. Puck 200 feet down the ice into the Rampage zone. It'll be to Kennedy's left. Coach Cole having a few words with the players right below us. It's really fun to be able to see it this close. Face-off won by Rampage, thrown up along the boards. They try to get it out, instead held in at the blue line. That's got to be better there along the boards to chip that out. Now fired back behind Kennedy the other way, collected there by the Barons. They hold it in the corner. Here comes Soper from behind. Soper pressured hard from behind. Soper rubbed off the puck. The Barons will hold it in. It goes back the other way behind Kennedy. Now fired out for Walnut. Walnut can't get a stick on it. It's loose. Long shot. Hits one of the Baron players. Never makes it to the net. Back behind Kennedy it goes. There's a fight for it there between the guys in red and the guys in white. And as usual, the good guys in white win it. Now the Barons, the cross, picked off in the middle by Walnut. Walnut, fiddle-faddling with the puck. Now he pulls up in the neutral zone. Turns it over at the red line. Barons make the red line. Dump it deep, no icing, right at the red line. Kennedy leaves it. There's a Baron there. There was nobody. He thought it was his own player, and it wasn't. Boy, that was dangerous. Fortunately, there was no Baron in front of the net, or it was a tap-in. Now, shot from Cooper. Let it rip, top of the circle, but it doesn't make it to the net. Here's a chance. Oh, man. Crichton tried to go top shelf, and it was just about a foot over the crossbar. Rampage holds it in. That's Helen in the corner. Now out to the point, held in. Sort of a misfire there, but Helen turns and fires, goes wide. What were we talking about hitting the net? Right? Sanborn, Schroeder has it at the point. Schroeder lets one rip. Little flutter puck, not a lot on it, right into the chest.
Good chance to reset, right?
Good chance to reset. Face-off will stay in the zone. Again, I love to refer to that as the men's league shot. It's got nothing on it and it hits the goalie right in the chest.
Yep.
7:10 left, 1-0 Rampage. Face-off will stay in the Baron zone.
No heat on it.
No heat at all.
Not like that Thai food we ate, right?
No, no. Brian had a lesson in scale of 1 to 5 for the heat, which of course is subjective.
That's right.
My 1 may not be your 1.
No, and it was not.
And it was not. So puck's going to come back into the neutral zone. The Barons are coming. And they whiff on the puck. It's poked away by Helen. Helen goes across. Nice pass across the ice. Here comes Marsh. Marsh onside, top of the circle. Marsh pushes, pulls up, tries to throw it forward for Schroeder. I don't think Schroeder saw it. And it just slowly trickled into the corner. Now a chance between these hash marks. Loose puck. Barron's goaltender on his back, and he's got the puck between his legs. And the referees will try to sort this out, but no goal here. A golden opportunity. At least that one was on net.
Yeah.
With a little bit of loose change in front. Rampage will do a full change here, so will the Barons. Face-off stay inside their zone. To the left of the Baron goaltender. Spencer on the left, Casa on the right. Face-off taken by Soper. One behind the net and held in by Rampage. In the corner, that's Soper. Soper just gave the puck away to the Barons. Now the Barons bring it up in the corner. Back the other way. Barons are going to try to break it out here. Some good pressure from Soper. Now it's just flipped out of the zone. Hughes makes a nice play there to prevent any breakaway. Now Casa puts a hard hit, no call. May have hit him a little bit from the side there. You could hear it up against the boards below us. Loose puck, top of the circle. Barons have it. Now along the boards. It's a fight for it there. Spencer gives a little shove, picked up by Chris. Kopecky has it through center ice. Kopecky, top of the circle, leaves it for Casa. Casa back to Chris. Now, out in front, what a pass, just missed Soper. Oh, Soper was right there, and the pass was too wide. Regrouping back in the Rampage zone, up to Kopecky. Kopecky whiffs on it, but it does make it back to the neutral zone. Barons will need to regroup. Helen brings it in. Helen throws it across for Marsh. Oh, shot blocked. Hughes let one rip. Went off one of the Baron defenders. Now Hughes physically takes the puck away from a Baron. They've got to tag up. They do, back on sides. They dump it deep, no icing. Kennedy fumbled it for a second behind the net.
Weird
and
bounce.
Now it takes a weird bounce off the boards right into the center ice. Shot tipped off of one of the Barons dangerously, goes above the crossbar. And here come Rampage back the other way, over center ice, onside. Marsh tries to step up on it, loose puck. Marsh was all over that. Goalie covered it. Got a little poke, and then Marsh turned around and gave him a good hard shot.
Second time they've, hit or shoved Marsh after the whistle.
I think it was more of just a good morning.
Yeah, it wasn't like a thing.
I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do, which is protect their goaltender.
Yeah, their goaltender in the crease.
I like that the refs are letting them get away with a little bit of that. So 4:43 left. Faceoff will stay in the Baron zone. It'll be to the left of the goaltender. Schroeder will take it. Schroeder wins it over to Jorg. Jorg goes over to the point. Nice play. Sanborn has it, does a little turn. Now it comes into the neutral zone. Rampage needs to tag up. They don't, and it's offside. Next year, that'll be a delayed offside. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just keep the flow of the game going. I mean, it's one of those plays where everybody on Rampage was trying to get back and tag up. So if you're the referee and it's delayed, you're going to let them just tag up and keep the game going. In this case, they have to call it.
Yeah.
Face off center ice, won by the Barons. Thrown back through the neutral zone. Rampage picked up by the Barons in their own zone. Now turned over. Frazier has it. They've got to tag up. They do. Marsh made it just in time before that puck went into the zone. Now along the boards, Schroeder's going to try to hold it in. Nice play by Schroeder. Fires it back along the boards. Barons have it behind their own net. Trying to break it out. Good pressure here. Sanborn steps up. Schroeder steps up. Now Frazier, nice play. Onside come the Barons. Nice toe drag inside the circle. Barons goes down, then it's kicked. The puck is kicked into the corner. From the point, good keep by the Barons. Loose puck, top of the circle. Barons settle it. Now out between the circle. Shot! Saved by Kennedy, goes into the corner. Kept in by the Barons. Now Frazier's going to try to rip it out along the glass. Takes another weird bounce.
It goes Marshy.
More understandable. Here comes Marsh. It's a one-on-one. Marsh through the legs. Marsh pulls up. Oh, and he lost the puck. Oh, Marsh deserved better than that. Now shot Greener. Greener took the shot, hit him right in the chest. Good save. But baby, Marsh was cooking right there. Marsh threw it between the defender's legs, and all he had to do was pull it back and dump it in, and he just couldn't get a stick on it. Stoppage comes at 3:20 remaining, first period, 1-0 Rampage from the Taylor Sportsplex here in Taylor, Michigan. Casa takes the face-off. Barons are going to win that. It goes behind their net. Now the breakout pass, turned over to Kopecky, who then falls down. Dumped deep by Walnut. Good play. No icing. Barons will have to chase it down and pick it up. Kopecky chases deep. Now into the neutral zone. It's collected there by Twos. Little pressure from the Barons. Twos make a move. Nice move by Twos. Twos up along the boards. Now he just turns it back over to the Barons in their own zone. Now to the neutral zone. Kopecky tries to hit Casa. Tipped away. Back to Twos in the defensive zone. They're going to call an icing on this. I'm surprised. That went right under one of the players' sticks on the other side of the red line. Yesterday, they were not calling that as a playable puck with indifference, meaning he chose not to put his stick down to play it to try to get the icing. If it's a playable puck, you're supposed to waive that. Face-off will be in the Rampage zone to the left of Kennedy. We'll keep the same group out there. Casa wins that one. Back behind the net, that's Twos. Twos throws it up, takes another weird bounce. I think we need to learn how to play that. Onside, Casa lets one rip, goes off a defender and wide. Now Casa takes the puck back. Nice job by Casagrande. Crichton comes up along the boards. Nice forecheck there, then turns it back over into the neutral zone. Picked up by Casa, who dumps it deep. The Barons pick it up behind their own net, chip it off the boards. Crichton chases that down. Now loose. Rampage tries to hold it in, but it slides back into the neutral zone and into the Rampage zone. Chased down there by Kopecky. Kopecky gets rubbed off. Interesting play. It looked like he was in a can opener. Now Kopecky makes him pay. Nice slap out of the zone by Helen. No icing. Good change time for Rampage. They want a full change except for Twos and Helen. Puck thrown in and covered by Kennedy. He leaves it. Thought he might stop it, but he left it. Now it's played back into the neutral zone. Marsh tries to tip it aside if he gets a stick on that. Man, just a half a step faster and he's got it. Helen blows up his man. And puck's at center ice, just kind of laying there. Both teams fiddle-faddling with it back and forth. Now loose into the corner. Here comes a chance for Rampage. Just over 1 minute left, first period. Oh, great pass through the middle. Nobody home by Marsh. Cooper throws it back behind the Cleveland net. Picked up there by Marsh for a moment. Now out in front. Now it comes over. Cooper lets it rip. Soft shot on the ice. Really threw a lot of traffic. I thought that might be one of those weird pucks. Now Sanborn throws it into the corner for Marsh. Marsh has it on the other side. Back to Cooper. Cooper throws it behind the net the other way. 40 seconds left first period. Rampage holds it inside the Cleveland zone. Now Sanborn steps up, chips it back into the corner. Schroeder backhands it behind the net. Marsh chases it down, puts some pressure on. Cleveland having a hard time getting it out of the zone. Now they will. Long shot, gloved by Kennedy, left there. Cleveland wants a full change. Cooper will bring it out. Cooper makes a move up along the blue line. Cooper, nice hands over center ice. Into the zone. Cooper lets it rip, blocked. And 9 seconds left, held in by Rampage. Sanborn does a full circle, 360. Here comes Cleveland with a chance. Over the red line, over the blue line. And then the buzzer goes off, and wisely, the Cleveland player did not shoot that, because we know what happens if you do that to Austin.
It gets, it's entertaining for us watching.
That's very entertaining. You are correct.
See the beast come out.
It is. I love beast mode. We saw a little bit of that yesterday.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
When he got a little testy with that guy in his crease.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
Yeah,
Jed,
that's all right.
Austin have a conversation right now. We'll switch sides here. Rampage now will be going from your right to your left. Again, we'll have an ice clean halfway through this period. 1-0, your score here at Taylor Sportsplex. Beautiful facility, by the way. We took a look at it last night. It's 2 sheets of ice, a inline rink, an indoor soccer field, which is gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, it's quite a complex, and you really need it here because the weather outside is frightful.
That's right.
We were trying to find a Starbucks after we dropped the boys off this morning, and we ended up at this Target in this giant parking lot in a mall that actually still had an open Macy's in it, to put the perspective on this. And the mall looked like it was right out of 1978. Yeah. And you're thinking, yeah, you know what? A mall would succeed here in the Midwest because
it's
so crappy.
Yeah.
Whereas, in Colorado, Park Meadows Mall, there aren't many left. Most of them are outdoor.
That's a good point.
Yeah. No, it's funny to see that old mall. And to actually see a Macy's open. I think most of them are closed in the Denver area. I know the one at South Glen is.
That was the store, wasn't it? Macy's.
It was. Well, that and Sears. Getting the Wish book when you were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
All right, face off to center ice. Rampage going from your right to your left. Face off. 1 by Rampage. Green has it. Now he turns it over. There's a shot. Save Kennedy. Got a lot on that. That was just a sloppy start to that face off. Tempers are starting to build a little, yeah. A little after the whistle stuff. Face off to the left of Kennedy. Puck drop, won by the Barons. Shot outside of the frame, but Kennedy's all over it with the glove. And we'll do it all over. About 2 seconds went off the clock.
Austin's like, I can do this all day.
Yep, we can run the clock down if you want.
Yeah, glove.
I want to see fire out of Rampage now.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him any letdown here. It'll be Spencer taking the face off. They're going to throw the Barons center out and replace him. Doesn't matter. The Barons win the face off anyway. Now puck inside the circle. This kid's a good skater. Puck goes right through the crease. Fortunately, nobody there but white jerseys.
Go Bryson.
Greener throws it up for Casa. Casa's got Soper. He throws it for Soper. Soper had a tap in. Don't know if the defender got a stick on that, but it was a tap in. That was a good looking play, just not executed perfectly. Now a loose puck shot. Good hard shot by
Spencer.
Was that Casa?
Spencer.
It was Spencer. Couldn't see the number. We've got an icing against the Barons. Yeah, Spencer with a ripper.
It sounded nice.
It sounded great. It popped off the goaltender's glove and laid out in front. Nobody was there to pick it up, unfortunately, and dump it in. 16:07. 1-0. Your score from the Taylor Sportsplex. Face off inside the Cleveland zone. It'll be to the right of the goaltender. It's taken by Schroeder. Schroeder wins it back. Helen can't handle it off his stick, and the Barons have it for now. Fired along the boards by Marsh. Now back the other way. Tied up. Now Marsh comes in to help. Marsh digs his stick in there. You can hear the referees telling him to move the puck. Now it finally pops out. Can't be held in by Helen. Helen tried. He's going to have to regroup. Takes it back into the Rampage zone. Then a sloppy pass goes off one of the Cleveland Barons and dumps into the Rampage zone. Like to see him get that out there. Now Helen makes up for it and brings it back through. He's hooked through the middle, no call. And a loose puck paddled aside by the goaltender. Marsh is there in the corner. Marsh takes a soft hit up along the boards for Kopecky. Kopecky fires it hard, goes around the other side. Twos comes in. Schroeder battles, and it goes back the other way behind the Cleveland goaltender. Now Cleveland tries to chip it out. Kopecky does a good job of holding it in. Now they'll break it out through the neutral zone. Now a chance for them. Twos takes the skating angle away. Now he's hooked and pulled down, and we've got no call. Man, they're letting this one get away.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell, was there a retaliatory
I kind of looked down for a moment.
Okay, yeah, I did the same thing. I saw the hook on the hands.
Yeah.
Against
And
Cleveland
I looked
that
up
they
and
didn't
there's a red
call.
player on the ice.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
what I saw too.
Something happens.
All right, it's face off. We'll stay in the Rampage zone. 14:52 remaining. Face off. Won by Rampage, but then Jorg tries to dump it out, and it was easily picked off and then shot on the net by the defender for Cleveland. We'll do the face-off in the same zone again. 14:47 left. Face-off to the left of Kennedy. Spencer takes the face-off. There's a shot. Gets blocked partially, then dribbles through to the net. Austin bumps it aside with his glove. Now skated out. Here's some speed coming into the zone. It's Spencer. Spencer throws it across for Crichton. Now Crichton picks it up. Back up to Cooper. Cooper throws it into the corner. Loose puck in front, inside the circle. Crichton goes back up. Cooper can't hold it. Cooper's got to get to that puck on that one. Good pressure from Cleveland inside the Rampage zone. Puck into the neutral. Both teams tag up on sides. Collected by Crichton. Crichton brings it in, dumps it deep. Softly behind the Cleveland goaltender. Now pinned up along the boards. Crichton will help dig it out. Spencer gets it. Now it's chipped ahead by the Barons. Sanborn gets back. Good makeup there by Cooper. Dumped into the Rampage zone. Cleveland will want to change there. They get one. Now Spencer in the corner. Cooper comes in to help. Puck goes back behind the Rampage net. Picked up by Sanborn. Sanborn thinks about skating it out. Now he throws it forward. It's tipped out of the zone by York. Now Cooper along the boards. Cooper at center ice. Cooper fiddles with the puck. Tries to throw it forward for Helen. Doesn't make it. Now picked up again by Cooper. Backhands it through the neutral zone. Collected by Cleveland. Now Cooper again. Just a bunch of back and forth in the neutral zone right now. Now Cooper one more time. Cooper throws it across for Sanborn. Sanborn chips it along the boards for Helen. Helen can't get it to wave the icing here. See, that's one where it went underneath the stick. And they did the right thing by waving it. Cleveland comes into the Rampage zone. Top of the circle shot. Blockered aside by Kennedy into the corner. Cleveland holds it. Shot again through traffic. Loose puck. Kennedy had it in front. Point blank shot. Save. Now here comes Cleveland again from the point. Blocked by Helen. Into the corner. Cooper has it. Cooper whiffs on it. Now he gets it up. Now out of the zone. Cleveland will need to tag up. They do. Now fired back towards the net. Paddled aside by Kennedy. Banked off the boards into the neutral zone. No icing there. Helen will chase it down. So will Marsh. Behind the net they go with just over 12 minutes left. First period, 1-0 Rampage. Here come the Barons. I think we backed off too soon there. We could have held that puck there. Instead, it goes back into the Rampage zone behind Kennedy. Chased down by Frazier. Frazier slides it up along the boards for Marsh. Marsh leaves it and turns it over. Now he makes up for it, but there's a loose puck in front. Shot! Boy, they were lucky there. That could have gone top corner. That is some sloppy play by the boys in white. Now they turn it over again. Schroeds comes in, makes a nice play. Here comes a 2-on-1 now for Rampage. Up to Helen. It's Helen and Marsh. Helen shoots! Loose puck! Oh, Marsh couldn't get a stick on it. Marsh was there and the puck was loose. Tried to backhand it, couldn't get it. Shot from the point by Frazier goes wide. Settled behind the net. Spencer knocks his man down. Now throws it in front. Now Soper. Soper will backhand it into the corner. Picked up by Cleveland. Desperately trying to get it out of the zone, and they will. This should be an icing. It's going to make it the length of the ice, even though the ice is dirty, and they'll bring it back into the Cleveland zone. So great opportunities, a couple today. There have been several where Marsh has just been a tick out of sync with getting a stick on the puck. No fault of his own, just one of those situations. That was another one. The rebound just came out of his reach. It was there to tuck in. Tough play on his backhand. Face off to the left of the Cleveland goaltender. That's Spencer. He wins it. Taken behind the net. I don't know why we have two Rampage players behind their net. That should never happen. Now a chance for a breakaway. Here comes Cleveland. Shot! Blockered aside by Kennedy. Good save. It was a breakaway. Sloppy defensive play. Now in front. Good job by Soper. Soper uses his body to take away the skating lane. Now Twos will chase it behind the net. It's behind, picked up by Rampage. Skated out in front. Now settled by the Barons. Backhanded back into the corner. Loose puck back there. Kopecky will pick it up. Kopecky throws it up along the boards. Good keep by Cleveland. Kopecky's got to throw that harder. Now Soper. Soper and Twos. Now Spencer comes in to help. Here's a loose puck. Rampage should get this out, but it goes off a Soper stick. Here's a chance. Bailed out by Spencer. Then a trip. No call. Here comes Rampage. Kopecky has it. Kopecky backhands it in front. Loose puck. It slides through the crease just wide of the open net. Now we've got a Cleveland player down. No hands up, and it's getting out of control here. I am shocked at how little they're calling. Like nothing.
I know. It's like yesterday was like that all game until the last 2 minutes.
You're right. I think we'd had one penalty in that whole game yesterday in the first period, and then the last penalty came right at two or 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
So the referees are going to have a conversation here. There's a player down for Cleveland in the corner. It did not look like a really violent hit at all. I mean, anytime a player's up against the boards like that, you're going to hear the parents wanting the call. And now they're going to call a penalty after all that. I just don't like that refereeing at all. If you're going to call it, put your hand up and call it then. Don't call it after because he's laying on the ice.
Right.
It's really bad officiating. So waiting to see what the call is. Kopecky's sitting in the box now. Looks like it's going to be
10-2?
A 10-2, yep. So it's a 2-10 for a check from behind. Kopecky will serve 12 minutes minimum, and then first stoppage after that. So check from behind the call. Kopecky goes to the box. Again, he will miss the entire remaining second period and a good chunk in the third. Face-off will go into the Rampage zone. It'll be a 5-on-4 for 2 minutes. So this will probably extend into the ice clean, depending on where the stoppages come. We're at 9:50 left, second period. Rampage hanging on to a 1-0 lead, but the first power play of the game belongs to Cleveland. Important that we win this face-off. Can't see who's taking the face-off. I'm trying to see, is that green? Mm-hmm. It was green.
I think we won that one.
Yeah, green did. Green won the face-off
no,
back.
That's Liam.
Oh, it was Liam. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Liam Helen won the face-off, but then it turns back over to the Barons. Now they have to skate it back into their zone. They settle it. That's fine. We'll take all the time we can off. Now across the ice. Here they come over center. Onside, through the middle. Batted aside by Sanborn. Sanborn chases his man behind the net, ties him up. got a stick up in the air there. The fans from Cleveland want a hook. The only hook they're going to get is if they go fishing. Shot through tons of traffic at the top of the circle. Kennedy saw it, got a glove on it. Nice save. Still 1:21 left in the man advantage. Faceoff will stay in the Rampage zone. No changes on the lines. Penalty kill units in. Helen's in. He won't take the faceoff this time. Sanborn, Helen, Schroeder takes the faceoff. Drawn back by Cleveland. They fire it deep from the blue line into the corner. Cooper comes in, tries to rub his man off. Loose puck into the corner. Now back up to the blue line, held in, setting up the power play. Good pressure from Schroeder there. Makes an errant pass. Now can Cooper take advantage of it? Cooper fires his man up. Nice job by Coop. Throws it along the boards. Goes around the corner. Good pressure from Helen. Helen's going to get this puck. Here's a chance to get it out. Fires it off the glass, but not high or hard enough.
The glass is not being friendly.
No, it's not being friendly to Colorado at all. Now top of the circle. Shot. Save. Kennedy put a glove on that like it was nothing. 42 seconds remaining. Rampage trying to get this out of their zone. They're going to change things up now. York, Spencer, Soper come in. Oh, no, it's going to be ice clean. Okay.
Ice
coming
clean
at
time.
8:32. I was confused there. I saw a lot of players coming onto the ice. So they're going to do it a little bit early. Still 42 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Cleveland. We'll have a 10-minute intermission here with 8:32 remaining. At the halfway point of the game, it's 1-0 Colorado.
Well, let's talk about Thai food, TK. What do you think?
Should we talk about that Thai food lesson?
Yeah.
Let's paint the picture. So this restaurant, nobody could really figure out if this was a takeout or you had to like order food to go or not.
It's kind of part of the hotel?
Yeah, it was part of a hotel that was near our hotel. And I made a call over there and I said, hey, can you guys handle a group of 20? And they were like, well, how soon are you coming? And I said, 15 minutes or so. Well, it was probably 5 because I didn't realize it was that close.
That's right.
When we walked in there was nobody in the place.
Nope.
Not one table.
Nope.
And so within minutes, they were greeting us. There were people came out of nowhere. We had like 2 servers.
Yep.
The owner came out and kids got fed, adults got fed.
They're pretty quick about getting the
food was
out.
quick, food was delicious.
Yeah.
I think everybody was really happy with what they got.
And you enjoyed your chicken with peanuts, right?
I did. My chicken with peanut sauce was so good. The chicken, gosh, what is that? Masaman. No, it wasn't Masaman curry.
We had the pangang.
The Penang. You're right.
Penang.
Thank you. Penang.
That's what it was, yeah.
Penang, right.
That was good.
Yeah, a lot of people got the Penang, actually, now that I think about
Penang
it.
was popular. Medium was hot, though.
The medium was hot?
The medium was hot.
I think that's what I got. I thought it was perfect.
No, I mean, again.
You white boys in Colorado
going
Springs.
Down. The spice was tolerable. It was this morning. It was still talking to me a little bit this morning.
I heard that. I heard from your son that the room was not inhabitable this morning.
It's Penang sauce.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah.
I think all the kids have had complaints about their dads on this trip.
They probably have. You know, from food to snoring.
Well, I mean, let's look at yesterday, for example. Schroeder Sr. is not feeling great yesterday morning because he'd been out with his college buddies from Ferris State the night before.
Right.
And after the game yesterday morning, between games, he decides he's got to have, for old time's sake, White Castle. And I'm like, are you sure that's a good idea?
I think everybody around him said, what are you doing? This is a really bad idea.
It's a bad idea. And so he pulls up and we come to the drive-thru and we're looking at it and he's like, oh, wait a minute now. He's like, this menu has gotten way more extensive than when I was here last time. So he tells the guy, just give me a minute. I think he ended up getting a panko breaded fillet of fish slider.
Yeah.
And a little sack of like 3 of those sliders.
Yeah.
And
the gut bomb.
Proceeded to eat those while I was sitting in the shotgun seat next to him.
Was he the only one that ordered?
He was the only one that ordered.
Okay.
It was just he and I.
Oh, okay.
And this body's a temple.
Yeah.
So there's only the Penang is going in, not the White Castle. Yeah, that too, of course. And so I'm gagging just watching him eat this and smelling it in the car. It's that bad.
It's that bad.
And of course, I grew up in Jersey. That White Castles were on every corner, but I have there's no like sentimentality whatsoever
there's
for White
there.
Castle.
No, that doesn't bring you back to any good memories.
Mostly bad memories.
Mostly bad memories.
So that was pretty funny. And then I think everybody kind of went back last night after eating,
but he was quiet.
He was very quiet.
Of the day.
He was very quiet. I think the first night was rough on him.
He was so rough.
Yep.
A little perky. It's like for me, like I was telling somebody, McEwen's Scotch Ale. That brings back.
That's right. You were telling me
early
that.
20s memories for me. So I ordered a case back home.
You were telling me that. Yeah. Make sure you save me one.
I'm going to save you one.
There's no sentimentality whatsoever, but I do like a good Scotch Ale.
Yeah, good Scotch Ale.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not quite. It might not be as good level as that Orange is the New.
Oh,
stout.
it won't even be close to that.
No. But in my mind, from my memory, that was my Orange is the New Stout. That was when I was, this is the good stuff.
Of course, because growing up, we were drinking whatever swill you could afford that was cheap.
Go to the gas station.
And so once you actually, like we were talking last night, we had this conversation about beers, and I can remember the first time somebody gave me a Lowenbrau. And I had a drink of that, and I was like, wow, this tastes really good. Or a Pilsner or Quell, or, one of those foreign beers where you're like, well, this is what a beer should taste like.
Is that in lines with like a, what is it, the 45 Colt or
a Colt 45?
Colt 45?
No. That's the polar
that wasn't
opposite.
your first one? You didn't have a Colt 45?
Oh, that was probably my first beer.
Yeah. Did you think that was good first time?
I thought it was awful.
Yeah, even then. Well, your tastes were somewhat
but
developed back then.
Colt 45, when you were a kid, you drank Colt 45 for one reason only, right? And it wasn't for the taste. It was the cost and what it did to you, because it was a malt liquor.
Yeah.
But when you had a European beer for the first time, you're like, wow, this is real beer.
There's something to it.
And that sort of opened Pandora's box, and Pandora's never been back in.
Nope. Now we're connoisseurs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, now we can be more selective at our
time in life.
Is
that spelled Connosewer?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
So it was back in the lobby. Everybody was kind of hanging out last night watching college football, and great game.
I
a lot of activity. We didn't even really get into that. So we had a person last night who was of homeless nature.
Seemed to be confused whether it was that or just really confused.
When we came into the lobby from dinner, she was sitting there, and I thought she was a person staying at the hotel.
She had a cell, right?
She what?
Did she have a cell phone too?
I didn't see that closely, but she was sitting on the chair in front of us, older, black lady, sitting there, and didn't move. Stayed there the whole time.
Yeah.
Had a hat on, but just stayed there. And then finally, the front desk came over because she was sitting right there, and they checked with her, and she wasn't a guest.
Yeah.
And they said, you're going to have to move on. And she said, no, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Something to that extent, from what I could tell. And then they tried to talk her into leaving.
Yeah.
She didn't. And then all of a sudden, about 45 minutes into it, the ambulance shows up. The paramedics are there.
It's probably not a bad call, just in case.
It was a great call because they had to evaluate her.
Low blood sugars making you never know. There could be some.
They had to evaluate her. They spent
going on.
probably 35 minutes with her, trying to sort out what was going on, and they finally they found nothing wrong with her physically.
Okay.
I watched them give her the makeup.
Yeah.
And then they said, you're going to have to leave, and she refused.
Yeah.
She refused to leave. So at that point, I believe they were getting the police involved because they were going to have to put her on some kind of a mental health hold or something if she refuses to leave, because the EMS guys cannot take her against her will. So anyway, I don't know how it ended up. I just know that when we went to bed, she wasn't there anymore. And it was kind of a sympathetic situation because it was very was out.
Yeah, that's the part. Your part was like, oh, man,
it's tugging a little bit at your heart.
It does a little bit. Where's she end up at in life that she's there?
Yeah, or even just for last night, like where did she end up last night? They were trying to get her to a shelter, and she didn't want to go, and Anyway, it was an interesting crowd watching. And
airport, Liam and I saw someone had to get put on a stretcher too. I don't know, some medical thing. They were evaluating her for almost
in the
40
terminal.
minutes in the terminal.
Probably the altitude.
It could be. Wait, she was waiting to get on the plane. She was waiting to get on the plane, and next thing you know. But then before that, a poor older person. I thought she was in a wheelchair. I think they dumped her. I think they're wheeling her. All of a sudden, I hear this thud.
Yeah.
Look around, and people are gasping. This old person's. And then the trip before that. Same thing, older person pushing their luggage, the wheels caught and she had it out in front of her.
Oh.
And that was kind of bad. I ran and got paper towels for her because she split her.
Oh,
She had her
geez.
forehead open.
Did you adjust her while you were
I
at it?
did. You
Yeah,
know,
good.
yeah, several places.
Yeah, good. Good.
And I've now lost my license. No, just kidding.
Ma'am, while I'm stopping your bloody nose, would it be
we're
okay if
gonna
I adjusted
put your
you? You
neck
feel a
back
little-
together.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I wonder if that Skycap who was wheeling her still has a job today.
I don't know. I think that's what happened. There was a wheelchair right behind her, and she was on the ground. So I assume something went wrong.
You look at those guys that do that, and the guys
Yeah.
that drive the little
Oh yeah, the beep beep.
the
little
beep beep,
carts.
whatever you want, the beep beep
Yeah,
cart
the beep beep carts.
with people on them, and you think, how often do they accidentally clip somebody?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because they drive like they're.
they do. Like that
and
horn is going to
yeah.
move everybody right out of the way.
So it's been an eventful. These trips are always eventful.
They are. They always
You
have
know.
their own ways, don't they? of-
Yeah, we appreciate our time here that we get to do this. He's a cart driver from the airport. He goes beep beep.
Yeah, he did exactly right on cue.
Right on
almost.
cue.
Yeah, no, these trips are fun because you definitely see the sides of
Yeah.
people that you don't
Yeah,
normally see.
don't normally see.
And last night was no exception. We saw some good outbursts from somebody. We won't rat anybody out, but
Luckily, I tapped out at 10:30 Eastern time, which was only 8:30 Mountain. But Liam and I were tired.
well,
It was-
and
it was a
that's
late-
2 hours later than your usual tap out
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
so-
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so we
So
had,
well done. It was nice to see you being part of the crew last
Yeah,
night.
we
And
were part of the crew.
actually, AJ Jorg was having a pretty good time last
Oh,
night.
he was lively.
He
I mean,
was
for Megan, if
lively.
Megan's listening,
Yeah.
you have nothing to be embarrassed about.
Nothing at all.
Not at all.
Except being married to AJ.
No,
Other
and,
than that,
and Cooper may have ended up on a chair doing the chicken dance during dinner. Because
he did actually. That's right. We were playing while we were waiting for food. We were playing Uno, Truth or Dare.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's one
We had a
point we
couple
look
dares.
over, and Cooper's standing on the table doing the chicken dance while
dance.
everybody's singing to him. I did recall you doing 20 push-ups. I think that was your dare.
There's some, some people thought maybe I didn't go all the way down, chest
I think
to
that
the
was me.
floor. It could have been you. You're probably.
But you know what? I know you're good for
I
them.
pumped 20 of something out.
I know you're good for 20 really good ones when we get back to the hotel.
That's right. That's right. Yours was to order some peanut sauce.
Done. I believe we've covered that now
Yeah. We,
in more ways than one. All right, boys back on the ice. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a nice cup of coffee and a Timbit.
oh yeah. Cinnamon roll maybe.
There was some talk
know.
about getting Timbits this morning,
Timbits? What? I don't
but
think I've
that's a
had it.
Tim Hortons thing.
It's a
and
Tim
There's a
Hortons.
Tim Hortons right down the street. And Blake, I was like, Blake, you want to stop there and get some Timbits? He's like, I really don't like Timbits that much, and their coffee's terrible. So where did we end up? Starbucks.
Starbucks. We hit some other chain I don't remember, started with a B. That's
Was
around
it
here.
Bob's Big Boy?
No.
Was
my
it Bob
cup say?
Evans?
What is my
There's a lot
Big E.
of Bobs here. Oh, Big B coffee. How was it?
Average. Average.
Average? All right, we're going to get things underway here, probably in about a minute. Bring you up to speed, 8:32 left in the second period. Still 42 seconds of work to do on the penalty kill for Rampage, leading 1-0 here at the Taylor Sportsplex. Again, this is the home ice for Bell Tire Hockey, which is one of the premier AAA programs in the country. Probably why the facility is so beautiful.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Schroed's in to take the face off to the right of Kennedy. Nice clean ice. Puck picked up by Schroeder. Schroeder fires it along the glass. Nice. That's the way you get a puck out of the zone. Schroeder threw it hard and high off the glass. Now Cleveland tries to regroup. Here they come. Lose the puck at the blue line, but stay on sides. Now poked out. What a read by Helen. It's Helen. He's got a breakaway chance. Here comes Helen. Helen, what? Oh, he tried to bring it backhand.
That's off.
That's off. I thought we might get a.
I almost used a penalty shot.
Yeah, no, that had all the criteria except he didn't. I didn't think he did anything illegal to him.
Right.
So, but boy, that's another one where if you could just get that on the
Just
backhand.
Get that on the backhand. You saw him go for the backhand. It just got away from him.
It looked like the goalie read that though. That
Yeah.
he saw once he didn't line up to fire. So
That
face off
defender
inside
is
the
in the-
zone. to the left
Inside.
of the Cleveland goaltender. Schroeds will take it. Defenders are Green and Frazier. This time won by the Barons. Barons behind their own net. They're going to skate it out of the zone. Still 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Now they turn it over at center ice. Not much time to kill here. Here comes Schroeder. It's a one-on-one. Schroeder brings it in. Schroeder gets it poked away. Now into the corner. Penalty over. Out of the box comes Walnut. On the ice comes Marsh. Teams back at even strength. Good penalty kill. Officially no shots for the Barons. Green has it. Green throws it across the center ice. Here comes Marsh now. Marsh picks it up. Marsh lets it rip. Shot save. No rebound. Good save by the Baron goaltender. Hangs on to it with no rebound after. Couple great opportunities there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Rampage early. Kopecky stays in the box now. He'll be in there until about 15 minutes left of the third with a stoppage, serving the remainder of his 2 and 10 penalty for check from behind. Teams are back at even strength. Now there's an issue with the goaltender's helmet. They hold up play while he fixes that. Looks like he's good to go. 7:25 remaining. Spencer will come in and take the face-off. Has a little side word with Casa. Be nice to bury one here. Get a little cushion. Puck back behind the Baron net. Jorg holds the line. Now back into center ice. Kept in by Sanborn. Nice. Now turned over and out of the zone. Now here's a chance for the Barons. Here they come. Cooper turns around. Shot! Goes off Kennedy's glove into the corner. Good save. Loose puck. Spencer has it in the corner. Spencer chips it out. It's going to get back to neutral ice. Barons need to tag up. They do. Goes under a Baron player's stick. No icing. Cooper brings it behind the net. Cooper uses his arm to shield. Now he's going to skate it out. Cooper up along the boards. He's got Soper with him. They're on sides. Cooper brings it through. Cooper shot! Off the glove, into the corner. Cooper throws it back up to the point. Here's a chance for Sanborn. Can't get a stick on it. Now he does. Shot! Good defensive stick. Goes high above the goal into the netting. Unfortunately, the wrong netting. Good defensive play there. Though. Yeah, the much bigger netting. It's a lot easier to hit that net.
It is.
Sanborn had a hard time getting a stick on it. When he finally did, the defender was there. Face-off will be to the left of the goaltender. Schroeds is in to take it. Helland on his left. Green and Frazier behind him. Excuse me, Green and Twos behind him. Marsh fights for it along the boards. Now Helland has it in the corner. Helland harassed. Now pulled down. Marsh, no call. Marsh gets back up. Schroeder's going to chase the loose puck in the corner. Schroeder puts pressure on. Barons try to break it out. Good defensive play there by Twos. Twos holds the blue line. Held in, beautiful by Helland. Now back into the neutral zone. The Barons have it, taken away. Here comes Helland. Helland can't hold on to it. Tried to take the zone, has to regroup. Helland fires it up for Schroeder. Schroeder on sides. Schroeder back across the middle. Puck was underneath the stick of the defender. Marsh couldn't handle it. Now another loose puck at the blue line. Now the Barons the other way. It's a 3-on-1. Here they come. Twos tries to hold the defensive side. Pass across. No shot. I don't think a shot got off there.
He got a shot off on that.
Loose puck behind the net. I couldn't believe it because he set it up beautifully. I think Austin had it. He was in position to make the save anyway, and it may have thrown him for a loop. Now poked out. Marsh had a chance. Couldn't get it. Loose puck. Barons tag up. Schroeder hits his man, knocks him down. Now Schroeder brings it up. Now Schroeder turns it away. Poked back away by Twos. Nice play there. That was going to be a good chance for the Barons if Twos doesn't get a piece of that. Back into the neutral zone. Green has it. Held in by one of the Barons. Now the loose change collected by Twos. Twos banks it off the near boards. Walnut will chase it down. Now Greener. Greener turns around, backhands it along the board. Stays in the neutral zone for now. Now it's center ice. Now back across for Walnut. Goes under his stick. Barons fire it back through the neutral zone. Now Twos right in front of us. Here come the Barons the other way. And it's offside, fortunately, again. Rampage retreating there. 2 Rampage players back on D, but 3 in the zone for the Barons. So 4:36 remaining, second period. Rampage hanging on to a precarious 1-0 lead.
I feel like we should have a couple more.
It
goals.
feels like we definitely should, and I hope that doesn't come back to haunt us because we've had some great opportunities. Face off, drawn back behind Kennedy. Now chipped off the ice. Walnut had it, chips it up into the neutral zone. York fights for it right in front of us. Battle in front of the Cleveland bench. Comes out with it, Frazier. Frazier over to Cooper. Cooper over to Walnut. Walnut tries to throw it through the neutral zone. It goes off one of the Barons. Here comes Cooper. Cooper onside. Cooper over the blue line. Now Cooper back in behind the net. Out in front. Here's a chance for Frazier. Frazier lets it rip and missed the net. Man, he had it wide open there. Got a lot on that shot too, but just missed it. Another chance. Puck into the corner, pinned. Now Walnut throws it up. There it is, thrown out in front. Good play by Spencer, reading that and covering for his D-man. That was going to go as a breakaway the other way. They should waive that. They didn't. The Cleveland skater definitely was coasting towards that puck, but by the letter of the rule, that's icing. Back into the Rampage zone. We go with 3:42 remaining second period.
It's a nice pop on Spencer's pass. His shots have been snappy. His passes have been snappy.
Agreed. Agreed. He's playing like a different player since last week. We talked about that yesterday in the Thunderbirds series. He's been all over the ice. Here comes Helen, now through the neutral, over center ice. Helen onside. He's got Marsh behind him. Leaves it for Marsh. Marsh a little indecisive. Sanborn tries to hold it. He does. Now it's going to be pulled out by Cleveland. Chased down by Schroeder. Schroeder gets a stick between the legs, but somehow wins the puck back. It's tipped out of the Rampage zone and chased down by Helen. Helen into the Cleveland zone, gets hit high with a cross arm and no call. Man, that was violent. Did you see that
I
from
missed.
here?
I was looking this way.
He took a shot right to the chops. And his head snapped back. He's going to need an adjustment later.
Gonna take a number on that one.
Not just his attitude either. Shot, save, point blank. Man, that was a good save off the left pad. Now a loose puck. Rampage try to get it out. Helen gets knocked down again. Here comes Cleveland. Top of the circle, poked away, held in at the blue line. Whiffed on by Cleveland. They tried to let one rip there. Rampage just hanging on. Now they're going to get it out of the zone. Good play by Marsh. Marsh ties his man up. Now Cleveland back into the Rampage zone, chased down by twos. 22 brings it behind, throws it along the boards, out. Back to center ice, and an offside as the puck goes back in to the Rampage zone with a Cleveland player over the line. 2:21 remaining, second period, 1-0 Rampage. Take the face off to center ice where the pass originated. Soper's in to take the face-off. He's got, excuse me, it's not Soper. Soper's on left wing. That was Spencer. Spencer takes the zone. Now he falls down, but there's Soper to dump it deep. Coming in on the blue line is Green. Green's going to try to hold it. Now Green's going to retreat. Now poke back in. Oh, and held in barely by Soper. Good play, but here they come the other way. Cleveland back over center ice. And now we've got a trip. It's a soft call, but it's the right call. Cleveland's going to hold on to the puck while they get their goaltender off. They'll add the sixth skater. Be the second penalty against Rampage today. Rampage is going to touch it up. They do. Greener touches it. And with 1:42 left, Cleveland will finish the second period with a man advantage. So the trend continues.
Where are you?
The trend
there might
continues
be one in the
with
coat
no penalties
closet.
called in favor of Rampage.
Or
Almost
say our locker.
two
our coat
games
locker.
and 2/3 through this tournament, and they have not had a power play yet, but they've had plenty against them. And now they'll skate a man down, 5-on-4 here, for the remainder of the second period. Face off in the Rampage zone. Chipped along the boards by Spencer. He gets it out. Great job by Spencer. Cleveland regroups in their own zone. Good pressure from Schroeder. Now through, here they come, top of the circle. Shot goes wide. Now along the boards, Sanborn up to the blue line. Shot! Man, he was going for the top corner over the blocker, and it didn't miss by much. We had a good view of that. Back to the point. Shot thrown deep. Save Kennedy. Into the corner it goes. Rampage just trying to get this out. Now they will. Nice chip, no icing, back into the neutral zone. Cleveland will regroup. 1 minute remaining in the second period. Still a minute 16 on the man advantage. Schroeder tries to get it out. He's got to get it out there. He doesn't. It's held in. Now a loose puck. Back to the neutral zone. Over center ice. Here comes Cleveland. Taken away by Spencer. Spencer's got one man to beat. Here comes Spencer. Spencer goes through his legs. Then he gets rubbed off, and it's covered by the goaltender. But either way, that's a great play by Kalen Spencer. Taking time off the clock. Almost getting a chance at a shot there. Got it through his legs. It just had too much on it.
39 seconds.
39.8 seconds remaining in the second period. 58 seconds on the man advantage. But the faceoff will stay in the Cleveland zone to the left of their goaltender. Helen's in to take it. He's got Soper on the left. Oh, it's Yorkie, sorry. I can see the 5. Thank you. It's Crichton. Twos and Frazier behind. Now ahead of steam for Cleveland along the boards. They bring it. Taken away by Rampage, thrown up along the boards, but held in. Now into the corner, 23 seconds remaining. Rampage settles it. Nice play there. Twos just settled it, took a little time off the clock. Now it's fired down the ice, but it's on net, so no icing. Now the goalie's going to cover it. He's outside of his privileged area covering that. They could call a penalty on that if they want to. That is absolutely a penalty. Now the referee's talking to him. I mean, in my opinion, at this level, AAA, you should know that by now. So the rule basically is if you're not being pressured by an opposing player, you have to play the puck. And you cannot come that far out and cover it. So 10 seconds left. Faceoff will stay in the Cleveland zone. Here comes Cleveland the other way. 5 seconds left. Over center ice. Into the zone. 4, 2, 1. Shot! Save, Kennedy. Boy, right with 1 second left. Kennedy got the save there. That was dangerous. Still 18 seconds in the man advantage for Cleveland. Rampage clinging to a 1-0 lead here at Taylor Sportsplex. So if you're joining us late, you missed the early part. The plan is to hit the Ford Museum after this, which is in nearby Dearborn, where we played yesterday. A lot of excitement to get to that for the boys. Even those who've been there before apparently are excited to go back. No more games today. Of course, tomorrow morning we'll have another game. We'll find out. That'll be posted on Crossbar later today once we get that information. Boys will be going to the Tier 1 USHL seminar right after this. Then back to the hotel for a quick shower. All right, we're ready to get the third period underway. We'll play 17 more minutes of hockey in this gorgeous arena. Schroeder will come out to take the face-off to start the third. He'll have Helen on his left. Nope, they're going to switch sides now. Helen's going to come to the right. Cooper and Green are the other part of that penalty kill team. 18 seconds remaining in the man advantage, 5-on-4 for Cleveland. Nice win, drawn back by Schroeder. Now Cooper's got to get there, he does. Cooper fires it along the glass, into the neutral zone. Here's a chance for Rampage. Helen had it, couldn't hold on to it, and loses it back to Cleveland. Now a cross pass behind the Cleveland player. Good chance for Rampage to get on it. Schroeder tried. Now it's picked off and chipped in by Helen. Teams back at even strength. Good penalty kill again. 2 shots officially in the man advantage for Cleveland. Teams back at 5-on-5. There's a shot blocked in front. Here comes Marsh. Marsh has got a man to beat. Marsh tries to shoot it, throws it in front, loose puck. And the puck's still loose. Now there's bodies everywhere, and I still see a loose puck. Oh, it was another one of those where the puck was passed perfectly in front, and it was a tap-in, and we just couldn't get a stick down. I mean, they blew the whistle, I think, more because the net came off than anything, because that puck was never covered.
Nope.
Just a titch off on a lot of these plays today.
So close.
Faceoff will stay in the Cleveland zone. Schroeder will take it again, 16-17 remaining third period. Now they're going to back off the wings. Helen on the left, Marsh on the right. Marsh read that play so well and just read it and then took off heading for the net. Now Marsh tied up along the boards, gets some help there from Helen. Now Helen tries to hold it and he can't. Chased down by one of the Cleveland players. Greener has it, throws it back up through the neutral zone. Good pass for Schroeder. Goes off of his stick. Collected in their own zone by Cleveland. Now across center ice. Helen tries to separate the puck, can't. Loose puck in front. Picked up there by Rampage. That's Cooper. Cooper has it. Cooper across center ice. Makes a nice pass forward. Tipped away. He was trying to hit Marsh. Tipped away by the defender. Now a loose puck. Nice defensive play. Schroeder took away the skating lane. Greener picked up that puck. And now a great pass. Here comes Casa. Casa, top of the circle, lets it rip. Loose puck in front. Batted aside. Casa with another good shot. Loose puck came right out in front of the crease. Nobody there, luckily, but a player in the red jersey who just swatted that aside. Now Cooper up the boards. Cooper has a battle with his man the whole way down. The bigger man won there, and Cooper. Rampage tried to get back on sides. That's another case of intentional offsides, if you want to call it. I don't think they will. They haven't been most of this tournament. Ref checks on line changes. Twos will come in. Spencer will take the face-off. Casa on the right, Soper on the left. Twos and Kopecky. Kopecky out of the box after serving that check from behind, 2 and 10. Kopecky takes the face-off, dumps it deep into the Cleveland zone, behind their own net, chased down by Spencer. Good job by Soper. Soper throws it along the boards for Kopecky. Now back up to Kopecky. Kopecky tries to flick it towards the net, whiffs on it. Puck pops up in the air. Casagrande gets knocked from behind. Now we'll need to regroup. Soper throws it back for Twos. Twos up into the neutral zone for Kopecky. Kopecky fires it back into the Cleveland zone. No icing. Twos collects the puck in the Rampage zone. Ooh, dangerous pass across the goal there. Thrown up along the glass and kept in by Cleveland. Now it'll get out. Here's a chance for Casa. It's a one-on-one. Casa over the blue line. He's got help with him. Snaps a shot off, gloved inside the frame. Good hard shot. That was a good case of if there was a rebound there.
Yeah, opportunity, right?
We were in business. You can hear the Cleveland fans want their kids to stop watching and play the game. We've been there before.
A few times.
Schroed's in to take the face-off. 14:08 left, 1-0 Rampage in the third. Twos will take the face off, and it's a 5-hole snapped by Twos off the face-off. Good save by the goaltender, through a lot of traffic. We'll do it all over again, same spot. Same lineup here, Schroeder will take it. Twos behind him. Schroeder wins it back, but it's too hot and wide of Twos. Now pressured by Cleveland. Kopecky deeper into the zone. Kopecky deeper. Now he loses the puck. Twos comes in to help him out. Good help by Twos. Shot goes wide of Austin. Off the boards. Too much fiddle-faddle in there and not enough moving that puck. Good pressure from Cleveland caused that turnover. Now Marsh gets hit high. Excuse me, that wasn't Marsh, that was Schroeder. Marsh comes in. Marsh tries to beat his man. Marsh, top of the circle. Marsh, inside shot. Goes off the defender. You could hear it pop off the skate and then off the glass. Now loose puck in front, turn and shot. Loose change covered by the Cleveland goalie. And once again, little pushing and shoving. Great job by the linespeople there. Big bear hug on a couple of the players trying to keep any escalation. 13-19 now. Referee comes out. Coach Cole wants some changes. Helen will come off. Schroeder will come off. Marsh comes off. Crichton on. Walnut on. Face off. One. Thrown out in front of the net. Now Crichton. Crichton has it. Crichton goes back the other way. Good stick checking from behind. Crichton leaves it in the corner. Soper comes in. Soper ties his man up. Needs some help. Now he's going to get it. Here comes Walnut. Walnut comes in, tries to help. Now back to Soper. Now poked along the boards, and a loose puck. Here's a chance. Nope, kept in for now by Rampage. They're going to hold this in. Frazier fights for it, does a great job of holding it. Now a bouncing puck at the blue line, kept in well by Crichton. Once again, Rampage can't hold it in this time. It pops into center ice. Back up for Crichton. Crichton gets rubbed off the puck. Now Cleveland comes onside. Here comes a chance. Toe drag taken away by Green. Back out in front. Here's a chance. Shot! Goes wide in the net. He was too open there. That was too clean of a shot. Rampage looking to get it out. Chipped off the boards. Good job by Crichton. Collected by Cleveland. Now an offside, or it may have been played up into the bench, I think. So the face-off comes out of the Cleveland zone into the neutral zone. 12-12 left. Rampage with a 1-0 lead, scoring the goal in the first half of the first period. Schroeder back in. He'll take the face-off. Marsh back in. Cooper, Helland, and Sanborn. Now Sanborn throws it up into the neutral zone, and they're offsides. It was thrown up there for Schroeder. Schroeder got it, batted it off his stick, went back into the zone, and at that point, one of the Cleveland players had already crossed the line. Same setup. Schroeder will take the face-off, this time just outside the Rampage zone to Kennedy's left. Won by Cleveland. Drawn back to center ice, dumped deep, no icing. Back behind, Kennedy will leave it there. Loose puck in front, Kennedy comes out. Man, he bailed out there. That was too close. I could see him shaking his head. He's made a couple of mistakes back there today with that, and he's not going to be happy. Now 2-on-1 the other way for Cleveland. Here they come. Across, pass just behind, picked up by Rampage. Skated out by Cooper. Now Cooper up to Marsh. Marsh has got space. Marsh, top of the circle. Marsh, back to the point. Shot! Save. Oh, man. Good puck movement by Rampage there. Beautiful. Marsh just kept skating in. I thought he might take the shot. Great pass back up between the face-off circles and a snapshot.
People are watching. We are in the third period. My monitoring app does not like the Wi-Fi in the rinks. I've not been able to update the score.
There hasn't been anything to update.
Nothing to update except for the period.
Third period, for those of you at home. 1-0 Rampage. 11:14 left, third period. Cleveland chips it out of the zone. Now chased down, and we've got a trip, but no call. There's a trip on Rampage. That one they could have called easily, but they didn't. Into the corner it goes. Here comes Casa. Casa pins his man up against the boards, gets some help. That's Soper. Soper can't get it. Comes up along the boards for Cleveland. Now turned over. Soper, I'm not sure where he was going with that. He threw it back into the corner. At least he got it deep. Now behind the Cleveland net. Little ping pong back and forth behind the net by Cleveland. Now rubbed off the puck is Spencer. Now a chance for Cleveland the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Kopecky gets back fast. Pass across. No shot. Goes loosely in front of the crease.
So did Spencer.
Great play by Kopecky on that. Now Kopecky throws it forward. Soper has it. It's Soper and Casa. They're on side. Soper lets one rip. Nobody in front of him, so it's an easy glove save for the goaltender. No rebound. .10:14 left, third period. Face off in the Cleveland zone. They'll drop it to the right of their goaltender. Schroeds comes back in. Marsh on the right, Helland on the left. Frazier and Green, your defenders. Face off won by Rampage. Back to Green. Green throws it too diagonally along the blue line. It pops into the neutral zone, and now Rampage has to tag up and regroup. Helland tries to throw it for Marsh. Marsh has it. Marsh on side, but he's got two men to beat. Marsh settles. Good job by Marsh. Throws it back to Frazier at the blue line. Now across the middle for Helland. Gets a shot off. But wide of the net, into the corner it goes. Oh, dangerous play there. Frazier pressured. Loose. Marsh lets it rip. Goalie doesn't know where it is. And it's under his pads. Goalie did not know where that was. You could tell he was nervous for a second. There was silence. Woo. Everyone looking at the referee. Face-off will stay in the Cleveland zone. 9:40 left, third period, 1-0 Rampage. Same lineup here. Schroeder will take it. Helen on the left, Marsh on the right. Frazier and Green, your defenders.
Liam and 82 have been going after a little bit. Of notice that. So they're lined up next to each other.
All right, something to keep an eye on.
Taking some numbers.
If I don't see it, make sure you're watching. Face-off, won by Rampage. Softly, up to Frazier. Frazier through the middle. Marsh was there, didn't make it to the net, but I thought Marsh might get a little on it, did not. Kept in for a moment, now back into the neutral zone. Rampage needs to tag up, they do. Loose puck into the corner, chased down by Marsh, lays a hit in the corner. Good pressure from Rampage, trying to force a turnover. Now they do, they keep it in the zone. Soft puck paddled aside by the goaltender into the corner. Helen will chase it down. Now Schroeder chips it up to the blue line, nice play. Green has it, Green lets it rip, not hard. Out in front shot! What a save by the goaltender. Marsh had a beautiful chance, goaltender made an outstanding save. Now Cleveland the other way. Pass out in front, picked off by Frazier. Frazier read it well, back the other way. If you like your hockey end to end, you've got it going right now. Frazier again. Frazier onside, he's got Crichton with him. Frazier gets it deep into the corner. Rampage needs a change. Schroeder comes off, Soper comes off. Walnut on, Crichton on. Now Spencer with a nice move. Spencer lets it rip toward the net, goes off a defender's stick and pops up. Now Crichton makes it back the other way. Now top of the circle, Spencer gets through and then loses the puck. Frazier's got it. Frazier lets it rip, but it goes wide and it's gloved outside the frame by the Cleveland goaltender. 8:10 left. Boy, you sure would like to see the boys in white put one in here. Spencer will take the face-off. He'll have Crichton and Walnut to the right and left, respectively. Back to the blue line, turned over by Cooper. Here comes Cleveland. Cleveland, pass across, shot, save, shot, save. Kenny on his back, makes an incredible save on his back on the rebound. The Cleveland fans thought he was in. Now a loose stick, picked up, and 7:45 left. That was maybe the most exciting play of the game.
Bodies were flying.
Austin with a windmill save, legs up in the air. Now Cleveland again. Loose puck, Sanborn's got to get there, he does. They're going to wave the icing. That's a great wave, went right underneath the stick of one of the Cleveland players. Rampage needs a change. Cooper's off, Walnut's off. Now Kopecky, nice job by Kopecky, takes the puck away. That was a good play there because Cleveland had numbers during the change. Kopecky slowed things down. Now Cleveland off the board. Schroeder's going to come in, backhands it. Schroeder takes it away. Now Schroeder hits his man right in front of the bench. Here comes Cleveland shot over the crossbar. Just under 7 minutes left. Third period. Rampage, fire it out. That will be icing. Kopecky made no bones about that one.
I'm icing this one.
This one's getting out.
Little breather.
Sanborn will come off. Two's on. Otherwise, we'll keep the same group. Schroeder, Marsh, Helen, your forwards. Kopecky and Two's on D. 6:51, third period, 1-0 Rampage. Face off in the Rampage zone to the left of Kennedy. Back to the blue line. Now off the boards. Into the corner. Open skater in front. Finally picked up by Rampage. Shot! Loose puck in front. Goes off of one of the Cleveland players. Now Rampage will skate it out. Nice pass across for Helen. Helen with Kopecky. Helen has it taken away, but Two steps up and bats it in. Loose puck top of the circle. Here's a chance for a shot. Too soft. Now back out. They're going to need to regroup. They do. It's turned over. Oh, good stick by Toozy. Toozy got a stick on that, or it was going to be off to the races for Cleveland. Up to the blue line, Helen has it. Helen dumps it. Nice pass for Marsh. Marsh lets it rip. Marsh save. Cleveland out in front, loose again. Now Cleveland's got it. Toozy's got to retreat. Toozy does. Now he gets by his man. Now it's up to Kopecky's got to get there. Here comes the trailer, top of the circle, shot, blocked. Nice block by Schroeder. Back into the neutral zone. Now center ice. Here comes Cleveland putting all sorts of pressure on. Top of the circle. Now they settle up. Rampage tries to take it away. It's loose. Puck pops up in the air, goes wide in the net. Here's a chance for Rampage to get this out. Twos along the boards. Now loose. Uh-oh, here comes Cleveland. They whiff on the shot. Picked up by Rampage. They're going to skate it out. Here they come through the neutral zone. Then he gets rubbed off, but it's picked up by... Shot goes wide. That was Crichton who picked that up.
That's Soper.
Oh, it is Soper. Soper picked that up. That 2-5 and 7-5 are getting me. Now back across the Cleveland zone. Blocked and held in for a minute. Now Rampage will need to tag up and regroup. Greener throws it for Casa. Casa goes under it. They're going to call an icing on that. Sloppy pass. Just out of the reach of Casa. We'll go back into the Rampage zone with 3 ticks over 5 minutes left in the third period.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are missing it this morning, I'll give you one right now. Jaden!
Well played.
Make you feel at home. There you go. Face off, drawn back initially by Cleveland, now picked up by Casa. Casa's got Soper with him. Casa loses the puck, man. Turn it over right at the blue line. Here comes Cleveland the other way. Now loose puck rubbed off the boards. Greener's there. Now Greener picks it up. Here comes Rampage back the other way. Green has it. Green and Casa. Green throws it across for Soper. Soper throws it towards the net. Loose puck. Bounced up in the air off Green's stick over the net. Everybody held their breath for a minute. Now top of the circle. Shot by Jaden. Saved. Goaltender seeing
Shot
the
by
puck
Spencer.
well. Yeah. Was that Spencer who took that? Great shot. He's had a few good ones today.
Yeah.
Hasn't been rewarded yet, but firing away.
I wonder what our shot count is.
I think we're out shooting them today. Yeah. Faceoff will stay in the Cleveland zone. 4:30 remaining, third period, 1-0 Rampage. If you're joining us late, early goal coming first half of the first period. Been 2 power plays in the game, both in favor of Cleveland. None for Rampage. Puck tied up along the boards. That suits Rampage just fine right now. Now behind the net, fired back the other way into the corner. Chipped out, Marsh just got beaten out there. Now taken away by Sanborn. Nice play. Pulled it away from the Cleveland player. Schroeder comes in to help out. Loose puck top of the circle. Now help from Cooper. Cooper's going to take it back behind the net. Fires it along the boards for Helen. Helen tries to chip it out. He can't. Helen needed to get a little bit more on that. Couldn't get it. There's a shot blocked by Cooper. Now Schroeder uses the body. Fires him back along. Nice little dippity-do along the corner there. Good roughing by Cooper. I always want to do that. Cooper's got it. Cooper behind the net. Cooper brings it up through center ice now. Here comes Cooper. Cooper tries to throw it across. It stays on the blue line. For now, it's in. It stays in the zone. Unbelievable bit of look. Can they hold it? They can. Back into the zone it goes. Now Spencer's got to offset his man. Loose puck shot off the glove. Hard shot in front. Goes off of Kennedy's glove and sails above the crossbar. That was dangerous. Now a turnover, but they're going to be offsides. Spencer needed to look up and see Marsh was still 3 feet over the line. That stoppage comes with 3:03 left on the team from 3:03. Face off outside the zone. Face off, drawn back by Spencer. Kopecky comes up, dumps it deep. Good play. Good face off win. Back around they go. Now Crichton throws one at the net, goes wide. Crichton got the loose puck, tried to take a shot at the net. And down goes Kopecky. Kopecky goes down in the corner. Now Walnut tries to get it. He can't. Here comes Cleveland back the other way. Over center ice. Nice takeaway by Walnut, but back they come. Now Crichton throws it wide. 2:30 left third period. Back across the middle. It comes back into the zone. Cleveland will need to tag up. They do. Now onside, 2-on-1. Nobody picks him up. Now they do. Now a loose puck taken away by Kopecky. Oh, and they're going to call this because of the noise. That's a bad call. Spencer's going to go to the box here on a roughing. And it's all based on the sound of the stick hitting the boards. Actually, they're going to call a boarding here. Yep. So it's a 2 and 10. Spencer's day is over. It's a 10-minute misconduct and a 2-minute minor. Walnut will serve the minor. So basically, Walnut and Spencer are done for the day because it's a 2-minute. Actually, it's not. The 2-minute will be served now. Spencer's day is done. Walnut will come out with 15 seconds left. Coach Cole wants to have a conversation with the boys. It's a timeout here. See, what this sets up, unfortunately, Brian, is this is going to be an opportunity, if it stays 1-0, for them now to pull the goaltender and not only have one extra skater, but have two extra skaters.
If we ever need a shorty right now is the time, boys.
Well, they've had their opportunities this whole game and haven't been able to put it in. So 2:15 left. Third period. 1-0 Rampage. Spencer to the box on a boarding 2 and 10. He could actually just hit the showers if he wanted to, get a head start. Walnut will serve the 2-minute minor part of that. Rampage will be a man down, pending pulling the goaltender. As Brian furiously works to get the scoreboard back up. Again, it's not like you've had to do a lot.
No. I'm silently battling technology.
I would love to. I want to look at that replay of that later, actually. I want to see that one because from my perspective, that was definitely not a boarding call. I mean, you could have called a roughing on that, maybe.
Maybe.
But it was a lot of sound. And once again now, we're going to go, barring something in 2 minutes and 15 seconds, we're going to go an entire 3 games here in Detroit without one power play for us.
Isn't that crazy?
I can't remember that ever happening.
That's unusual.
So here we go, third power play of the day for Cleveland, trailing 1-0 late in the third. Draw up to the blue line. Now back down. Now here's a chance for Rampage to get this out. Kopecky backhands it along the glass, and it goes up into the netting, and that faceoff will stay in the zone. Kopecky's just got to rip that one there. In fact, if he changes direction and throws it the other way to his forehand, it's going to rim right out. 2:06, face-off to the left of Kennedy, won by Cleveland. Now top of the circle, they let him walk in across. Shot! Save! Kennedy rebounds into the corner, man. I wasn't sure where that was. Kennedy without a stick. Now he picks it up. Shot up into the netting. Man, that one made my heart skip a beat. Lost track of the puck for a second. Couldn't exactly tell where it was. Same thing, face off to the left. No, yeah, they're going to change here. But the face off will stay in the zone. We really need to win this face off. Nice win. Helen, as if he heard me, draws it back.
It's
but now
that glass
Cleveland
in there.
has it along the glass. Cleveland inside the circle. Now they turn around. Now the skater comes on. They have the extra skater. Goalie's out. 6. Now they've got the open player in front. Kennedy screen. Loose puck. They got to get this out. Schroeder wants a goal here. Schroeder fights for it along the blue line. Now it's loose. Comes into the neutral zone. 1:26 left. Cleveland regroups. Up over center ice. Now in, top of the circle. Shot! Nicked off the cross of the corner. And up high, 1:12 left. Now out in front. Here's a good shot attempt. Shot blocked by Schroeder. Sent out by Rampage. And it will be an icing, but it takes the pressure off. Schroeder with a huge block. Using his sizable frame. Coach Cole tells him to settle down. 49 seconds still to knock off here on the man advantage, and now a timeout. Cole, I believe the coach for Cleveland called this timeout. They had the play set up perfectly. I don't know if you noticed, but as soon as the goaltender left, the extra skater came on right in front of us, which was one of the advantages of seeing it from this perspective. And he cut right to the net, hoping nobody would pick him up, which they couldn't.
Right.
And just looking for that pass, and he had a point-blank shot. Luckily, it never got to him. So 1:04 left, third period. Rampage hanging on by fingernails to a 1-0 lead. With the face-off staying in the Rampage zone, they'll keep the extra skater out. 6-on-4. in favor of Cleveland. I mean, it'd be nice to bury an empty netter here, but more importantly is keeping it out of the zone.
Right.
All right, timeout's over. Linesman takes his spot, calls the boys over to the face-off circle. Again, 6-on-4 here. Helen's in to take it. Need another win here, big guy. Helen hits the stick down, he draws it back. Twos has it, fires it high along the glass. It's gonna bounce out, went up the dasher, rolled down the boards, and into the neutral zone. 54 seconds left. Cleveland regroups in their own zone. Now a stretch pass over center ice. They're on sides. Here they come, top of the circle, back behind the net, out in front. Shot! Loose puck save. Kennedy tries to draw it in. Loose puck, now they fall on it. The Cleveland fans, the coach, the players want Kopecky called for a penalty because he's laying on the puck.
I think he got knocked over.
He got knocked over. 39.3 seconds, some uncertainty here. This officiating crew has been so uncertain. Now they're going to say no call, 39.3. I mean, if Kopecky was knocked down, that's not delay of game. If he falls on it, it's delay of game. 39.3, still 24 seconds. Face-off won by Cleveland. Now top of the circle, out in front, save on the one-timer, and it's out of the zone. Cleveland will need to regroup. What a save by Kennedy. Great pass across. Now here they come, back on sides. Inside, top of the circle, picked up by Twos. Out in front, loose puck, loose. Back behind the net, 20 seconds. Tied up in the corner, out in front. It's going to get out of the zone, and it's going to go the length of the ice. Cleveland's got to chase it down, 10 seconds left. They need a long pass here, 9 seconds, they fumble the puck. Good pressure from Rampage. Loose puck across the blue line, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Shot blocked! Rampage is going to win the game! Oh, baby! How exciting was that last minute and 30 thanks to the penalty? And they mob Kennedy at the net. He had some masterclass saves late in the game.
Played real well.
The one on his back and then the one right there where they passed the one-timer and he read it and made the save. And I see Cole going over there giving the big guy some words. Man, what a performance. I mean, it should have been 3-0 at some points there. We had so many opportunities. And there you go, though. They hang on after the early goal.
Good, because it's their only game of the day.
It's going to be a great feeling. I think everybody's going to really enjoy going to the museum now.
Museum time.
So that'll be a wrap here from the Taylor Sportsplex. Hope you got a chance to enjoy that one. It was exciting. I think my blood pressure's still well elevated. Rampage come away with a 1-0 win over the Cleveland Barons. We will let you know on Crossbar what time the game is tomorrow morning, sometime between 9 and noon.
Yeah.
We anticipate. Schroeder certainly could be up for one of the players of the game with the blocks he had and the face-off wins.
Dug it there on the boards.
Yep.
Battled.
Yep.
Get it out of the zone.
I think I'm going to give the players of the game. I hate to do this because it's my son, but I'm going to give it to Austin for some of those saves, especially in a 1-0 game where they've got the extra skaters.
Sure.
And then Schroeder deserves a lot of love as well. And gosh, I mean, Spencer had such a great game too.
Just stepping it up.
Yeah,
it's been fun to watch him.
Great having you guys along. We'll catch you all tomorrow morning. Have a great afternoon in Denver. We'll see you later.
See ya.